Well, heading over to Emily's place. Gonna check out the farm, see where they're at, and grab some footage.
My hose has seen better days.
Yeah, it's got a bit of fixer tape on there.
I tried to fix it with tape. It did not work. Thing going on that we have not yet sorted out our irrigation.
Ah.
So I get to water this entire farm
By hand?
with this hose. The entire thing. I just run around all day with a hose and a sprinkler, and it's a good time. I have that problem. I've filmed so many things, like trying to do tutorials, and I'm like, oh, I should do a thing on soil blocking. I know how to do that. That's fun. It's a great way to not use so much plastic. And then I record all these things and I'm like, no, ma'am. No. I cannot.
So today, tomatoes?
Today it's tomatoes. Every day is kind of tomatoes around here. I thought, like when we were planning this months ago, we thought that we were gonna have these big giant greenhouses built by now and all of these things in place, and I mean, we've only been here for 9 months, so I feel like we've done a lot in 9 months, but we definitely had planned some extra things. So then tomatoes, I was like, oh yeah, 200 tomato plants, why not? I mean, 15 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes? Sure, let's do this. But now I have 10,000 tomatoes and I'm like, well, you know, that's every day is tomato day. Every day.
Do you have to come out here like every day? And is something else right basically every day?
Every day, all day. Like I could pretty much harvest twice a day at this point. I'm getting so many. I'm getting it probably like a couple cases of cucumbers and a couple cases of tomatoes each day. When people come to help, like when people do volunteer days and stuff and they come to help, then I usually send them home with a box of vegetables like carrots, kohlrabi, tomatoes, what the heck ever. So basically, most of the people in my life get 3 boxes of vegetables as well. You're right in my way. You're right in my way. I love you. You're right in my way. It's like my tomato has a tail. What's it even doing with its life? Look at that. What's it even doing with its life?
So as much as this is work, it seems like you do enjoy it.
I love this so much. It makes me super happy. Like, I'm not happy every day. There's definitely hard days. In fact, there's been a string of hard days just recently that I barely survived. But it's like, it's just so beautiful. And I feel like when I focus on like the stress of what's coming or how are we gonna make this happen or whatever, I get kind of bogged down and I get a little bit overwhelmed by it all. But when I'm just here, playing in my tomatoes, deadheading my flowers, just like, you know, giving food to people, it's my favorite. It's definitely my favorite. Do you see how there's cucumbers all along the base of these blueberry bushes?
Yeah.
So the goal is to make like a living mulch so that it breaks down throughout the winter, feeds and protects in the most natural way possible. So basically, as we get towards winter, we'll kind of be doing the same thing all through here, like a chop and drop. And what we do throughout this, there's cucumbers and peas seeded through here. And what we'll do is we'll just come and find like the base, like, so this is a base of where one starts. Yeah. and I'll literally just cut it off at the base and then just kind of push it all back to the mound and just let it die back. And then it just acts as a living mulch and is super supportive to like all the little bugs in there and all the good stuff. And we do that, we plant the comfrey around for that purpose too, right? Because it's a bioaccumulator. So it has like super deep tap roots, and then it reaches down and gets all sorts of goodness from the earth that other plants can't reach. And then it actually holds it in the leaves. So when we chop and drop it and mulch it over the garden, it gives all that goodness back. Some things we move around strategically. Some things we chop up finer and then do it. With the comfrey, typically we like to chop it up into smaller pieces and spread it around. And then also I make my fertilizer out of comfrey. So I chop it all up and ferment it in barrels, and then I'll mix that up in with the mulch, the sort of chop and drop mulch where I put everything. And then throughout the winter, all that, the leftovers from that just break down and support all the little microbes in the soil. It's a decent section for the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get you a box of veggies.
Okay.
It won't be all one veggie.
Okay.
It'll be a mix.
This is my wonderful box of treasure.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just because it'll be cuter with a couple onions.
It'll be cuter. Okay. Okay.
There you go. Look at that. Bam.
Bam.